Mystery flavor. Let's go. But in all seriousness, welcome back to the last video of me working on my Raimi / new animated series suit. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to do the lenses and a face shell. So I already kind of jumped the gun and finished the first set of lenses, and I'm going to kind of go over how I made those, just because honestly they're pretty easy to make, and I feel like if I just go over it with you guys can get it from there. But with my next one, I will go into it and I'll start showing off all the things I have. So here is the first version mask that I made, and this is the mask that actually goes really well with the costume. I already puff painted the mask, as you see. On the inside I did cut there's the eye holes I cut, so that's what I see. I'm gonna cut this one bigger because this one pokes my eye still. So what I was trying to get was more of the new animated series style lens. Honestly, I got more of a McFarlane Ultimate style lens, which is not horrible. It still kind of works with the vibe of the new animated series suit. So yeah. And honestly, guys, I really love this mask and the lenses that I put on them. So how I made this mask though is, what I did was I looked up a picture of the new animated series suit, just like a face of it or whatever, and I then like put a piece of paper over my laptop screen and like traced out like a design kinda. So I tried to get something similar to the new animated series suit, but it came out looking a little bit more McFarlane style because of the... So I was templating off a 3D character, so technically the lens curved a little bit, and that's kind of why it messed up a little bit. But that's minor. Once I got the template, cut it out of paper, and then I cut that template out of foam. What I did then there is I painted over this with a metallic black puff paint, so it has a little bit of a shine, as you kind of see there. I didn't want too much, but you know, just something that, you know, so it does kind of like pick up and, you know, it's not just regular foam. And then for the little mesh part, this is the inside of some swimsuit trunks. It's double layered, so you can kind of, you can't really see in there, but... And then I used super glue to glue this onto the mask. And how I did that is I put the mask on the face shell and kind of stuffed it up so I could get it kind of in the right position. Did my magic and slowly just did the gluing process. And I'll put it on for you guys right now just so you can see it. Okay, so this is what the mask looks like, and I don't have a face shell on right now because it's on the other mask right now, which I'll show off in a little bit. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you a little 1-2 of what it looks like on a face at least. So yeah, you can't, and what I'm seeing right now, you can't, unless I probably get really close, I mean, you can't see into the lenses, so it works for the most part. And I mean, with the facial, then it covers up my lips as much as well. But yeah, I think the puff paint looks really nice on the mask as well. And yeah, the only thing that really bothers me is this damn elastic, cause like it bunches up too much and it makes my neck look a little bit more bloated than it actually is, which is a little odd, but you know. Let's move on to the other mask. Okay, so here is the other mask that is actually gonna be using the other facial and lens set, because I wanted 2 styles of lenses for this. So I wanted the new animated series style, and I also wanted the Raimi style lenses. So this is where the facial is for this mask right now. The reds are not exactly the same, and I'm kind of disappointed about that. So the reason that this mask is like different shade of red than this one, as you can kind of tell, like, I mean, I put them together. They're pretty close, but they don't resemble each other exactly. And that's because I ordered this mask later on, and then they sent it to me. And I wouldn't say it's like bad fabric or anything. Like it's still fully red fabric. Like and it was 20 bucks too. So I mean, I can't really complain. So yeah, so this mask will be the Raimi style lenses, and I'm going to be puff painting this mask, and I'll probably show a little time lapse of that as well, because I didn't really show that in the other puff painting video. But yeah, so this one will have the Raimi style lenses. I'm going to kind of show off the whole lens set I have. Okay, so this is the lens and face shell set I got. So I got this 3D printed by, I believe his name is Hank the Tank. help me out, you know, kind of 3D printing this and getting some actually resin casted lenses so that they're more precise and they're a little more durable. And if you kind of see that, yeah, that looks pretty badass. That's a fucking Raimi lens right there. That looks so fucking awesome. But yeah, so as you kind of see right here, the whole mask kind of is gray. It was 3D printed as red. So, I mean, that's not a big deal for me because I have a red mask. It's not going to show through. But I wanted to get rid of the 3D printed lines. So what I did was, I started a sanding process on this, and that's why I kind of jumped the gun in the video a little bit as well. Again, but I figured, you know, getting the process started and then showing you a little bit is kind of the same thing, right? But anyways, so yeah, you still kind of see the 3D printed lines in this, and what you kind of see on here right now is filler primer. I sanded off the first couple layers I did, and I then I gave it a little bit of a rubbing alcohol bath, you know, with a rag, trying to get rid of most of the leftover fabric and whatnot, or not fabric, dust from sanding. What I'm going to be doing now is just a process of filling, filling, and sanding. So yeah, I'm going to be doing probably like 7, 8 more layers on this. And then we're gonna also go in and spray paint these lenses, and I'm gonna also I'll show off the mesh as well that comes with those, because I gotta spray paint that. So yeah, here's the little mesh screen. So it's pretty thin mesh, so and I want to spray paint this white just so it looks a little more like the Raimi 1 lenses. Do a light, really light coat on this guy so I don't fill in the holes, because that is what I do not want. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of go through the whole process of this, and yeah, I'm gonna take you through it right now. done, I have the face shell done, and I have the mask all fully puff painted now. So I figured the best way I could tell you about how to get these lenses attached perfectly and with the littlest amount of wrinkles possible. So first off, the lenses. As you kind of see, there are these two little lips come down from the lens. Those are kind of like a locking in mechanism because there is still a magnet that attaches right up here on the shell. These things kind of hook behind the shell and keep it in place, so to speak, so it won't like detach. I bought these things called these fabric snappers, which you just kind of clip, you know, like you clip them to the fabric. They're used for sewing, but I used it here just to stretch out the mask, so to speak. So once I stretched out the mask, I was able to then cut my eye holes just a little bit bigger so I had some better visibility. I was kind of hemming and hawing on how I wanted to do this, and I was like, well, I could just cut it and then glue the fabric on the inside of the mask. And I was very adamant on doing that because I was like, I'm never gonna detach the mask from the face shell. So, but I was like, if I can avoid that, I will. So what I did was I kind of just putzed around with just like moving the fabric and putting the lens in. It was all wrinkly, so I was like, what if I put in two slits where I'll kind of show them off right there. Do you kind of see the two holes right here and right here? If I cut two little slits in so that these little pieces don't mess around with the fabric and are able to lock into the shell itself. So I'm gonna show you the process right now of like putting it on. So your holes don't get any bigger. Throw on a little bit of fray check and that should stop it mostly. It will probably get bigger over time because that's just what will happen, but this will stop it from growing anymore. And you kind of just have to slot them in as so. Like you see, you kind of just have to like pop it into the fabric, those parts first. There is also a little top lip part right here, so you can kind of figure out where it needs to get placed, and boom, we have one lens fully secured in now, and with the littlest amount of wrinkles possible. There will still be a little bit of wrinklage, but the way we're doing it, this should help out immensely. I'm going to show you how to do this with the other lens just so you can kind of get another idea. So again, you kind of just pop it in. I know I'm not showing the best angle of this, and then you see right here there's the next one. You pop that lip in, and then again place it where it needs to be. So now we have the lenses secured in and looking sick. Alright, now I'll show you what this thing looks like on my head. Yeah, let's pop this baby on. It is a bit wrinkly around this area, but honestly I think it looks pretty freaking solid. Like, I know my the webs don't fully line up by the lenses, but I'm gonna fix that just adding some more puff paint and whatnot. So yeah, and for the wrinkling that kind of happens like around here-ish, what I'm planning on doing is adding snap buttons to the inside of the mask so that the mask will stay down like this, and then I won't have that wrinkling. But yeah, for the most part, like, yeah, I'll just do like a good turnaround. Yeah. Dope, right? I know. I'm honestly completely in love with this mask, and I am gonna pop it on my mannequin head and just have this thing as a display piece. I probably will be wearing the other mask with it a little bit more just because that one matches fabric-wise. But I still think that this mask will work if I want to bring it to like a con or, you know, doing a photo shoot or whatnot. So yeah. Yeah. What you think of that? And I was a little concerned that they would be see-through. But honestly, they look pretty awesome. See, I want to get rid of those wrinkles a little bit, but I mean, and if anyone else has any other methods that are easier than what I'm saying for fixing the wrinkles on the mask, yeah, put them down below. I would love to hear that. Golly, that's a lot of water. Okay, but that does bring this video to a closing, guys. I really hope you enjoyed me working on this mask. And honestly, let me know what you guys think of this mask in the comments down below. And I'm not doing a full costume reveal in this one. That will be the next video I do on this costume. So it'll be a full reveal of everything, and I'll do maybe a little breakdown of the costume as well, of what I did to it all. Guys, remember to like the video, comment anything down below, and remember to hit that subscribe button, because that subscribe button will be waiting for everyone. And I think I'm out here. Deuces. Oh yeah.